Ask the Messengers TV show is a TV show that educates, informs, and entertains our viewers on public health issues. And now, Ask the Messengers.
Today on Ask the Messengers, we bring you another DWIHN Partnership Series that gives hope, encouragement, and letting the world know that recovery is possible. With the resources and programs provided by the many DWIHN partners, families and communities are restored. We hope the story shared today will inspire you and let those still suffering with addictions know that all it takes is that first step to a better way of life. Ask the Messengers begins now. The DWIHN Integrated Health Network provides services and support to 123,000 people in Wayne County. DWIHN serves people with mental illness, intellectual and developmental disabilities, individuals with substance use disorders, and children with serious emotional disturbance. DWIHN is the largest and most diverse community mental health agency in the state of Michigan, and it is committed to providing the highest quality of integrated health care to those it serves while working alongside its dedicated and compassionate provider network.
Ursuline, what's your clean date?
I stopped using on August 19th, 2024.
Is this your first time in recovery?
It's my first time in 23 years, yes ma'am. The last time was 23 years ago.
How does it feel to be clean?
It feels wonderful. This is amazing. I've never seen anything like this where people are clean and sober, no drugs, no alcohol. It's making me know that I can do this. I can, there are people just like me that are trying to stay clean and sober, but in the right way,
What was your drug of choice?
Crack and alcohol.
And what was your bottom? When did you get to the point where you said, look, enough is enough, I'm done?
One day I was at home and I had all my grandchildren, and I did some things I wasn't supposed to do, like around them, and that made me say, I can't do this no more. I don't want to do this because I don't want them to see me like this. So that was mine, and I made preparations to come into treatment. It took me about a week or two to get there, but I had my clothes packed and I was ready to go because I need help. I thought I had a control over it, but I didn't. I couldn't manage my own life, so I'm here.
Is there anyone out there you would like to make amends to?
Yeah, my son DWIHN and my daughter Valencia and my husband Alfred, my ex-husband Alfred. I'd like to say sorry, you guys, for all the turmoil that I've caused in your life and not being there when you needed me. And I just want to be a better mother and a better grandmother.
Michaela, what's your clean date?
My clean date is September 4th,
2024.
2024.
Is this your first time in recovery?
This is.
What was your bottom? When did you get to the point where you said, look, enough is enough, I'm done?
When I realized I was deteriorating my life, and I realized that my family was leaving me, and I realized that I needed to get myself together to get right for myself.
So how is it in treatment?
It's very good. I go to Meridian, and it's very nice. I really like being in treatment. I like the people. I like the structure, and it makes you hold accountability for your actions.
Okay. Is there anybody out there that you would like to make amends to?
I like to make amends to my mother. I've done a lot to her.
Okay. I want you to look in that camera and talk to your mother because she will see it.
Hi, Mom. I'm just saying I'm really sorry for everything. I'd like to make amends with you, and I look forward to making sure that I make it up to you.
What's your clean date?
9/1/2024.
And what was your drug of choice?
Ecstasy, marijuana, and alcohol.
What was your bottom? When did you say, look, enough is enough, I'm tired? What was your bottom?
It might sound oxymoronic to some people, but my bottom was actually, I just graduated with my bachelor's degree, and I want to go for my master's, and I knew I couldn't go to the next level without getting myself together first.
Is this your first time in recovery?
This is my second.
What are you doing different?
I'm actually here to learn how to recover and how to live a sober life. My father struggled with drug addiction since he was 14. He's 66 now. We actually came to treatment at the same time, and he left 2 days later. And I want to do something differently, not only for me, but for him too.
Okay. So. Is there anyone out there you would like to make amends to?
I feel like I've tried to make all the amends that I should have made. Anybody that I came across in my active addiction that I might have hurt without, noticing or without intention, to anybody that I've ever came across, whether you felt offended or anything, I would like to make amends. Yes. So, just to say, recovery is a process, guys, and you got to give them grace. Addiction doesn't discriminate, and you never know what it look like. And we all struggle with it. So it's a walk, it's a journey to get each other home. So I hope that you guys can accept my apology and just allow me to grow gracefully in my recovery. So.
Robin, what's your clean date?
Clean date is 9/7/21. Just got 3 years through Sacred Heart. I work with them now. My dream was to work with them. And now, after struggling with it myself, after losing my husband to accidental fentanyl overdose prescription, I lost him 15 years ago with 4 children. My youngest was 4. After that, I spiraled down the rabbit hole myself because I didn't know how to live without him. 2 years later, my mother died from the same drug, the same way, prescribed by the doctor. I continued to spiral. But I held on to my faith, and I held on to, I know I have a purpose, and I know there's something for me to do out here, and I know that I have a message, and I know that all these experiences that I've gone through, I have to share them. I have to get them out, because something I say may change somebody else's life and may be able to help them to find their way to recovery. So now I'm working with Sacred Heart, doing recovery coaching, and I do groups. And I'm just loving life, and I'm loving being here today.
All righty.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want you to look into the camera, and I want you to give somebody a hope shot that might be thinking about picking up for the very first time and don't know what road they about to go down. Give them a hope shot.
Don't do it. Don't ever pick up the first one. If you don't pick up the first one, you never have to pick up the second one. Because once you get there, 1 is never enough. 1,000's too many. Is that how we say it?
Yes.
It's just never until I got recovery and had my spiritual awakening, which truly that's a real thing, because I never believed it was. It's real. And when I walk on that, and I walk on faith, and I make sure that I take the next right step, no matter what's going on around me, because not every day is rainbows and butterflies. If I keep my eye on the prize, I know that it's going to be okay.
Okay, tell me, what was your drug of choice, man?
Heroin, cocaine, marijuana, alcohol. But the drug of choice, which was the worst choice I could make in my entire life, was picking up that dope. Heroin in New York City.
In New York City. Is that where you're from?
Yes, I'm from the Bronx, but my cousin transported me here to Detroit May 25th, 1996, and I've been clean 28 years since then.
Awesome job. Listen, how long did you use?
I started at 16, but for some reason I was able to put the drug down. There's a step that says we look at the stopping and not the using. I could stop, but I will eventually continue. Believe it or not, that stuff was still swimming in my DNA. I was at Columbia University, and I said, how am I going to become a lawyer? I might still want to get high after being clean all those years. So that means it was swimming around in my DNA. So I was addicted and didn't even know it. I just wasn't out in the street yet.
What do they call that? Is that called the disease of addiction?
It's called the disease of addiction. It's incurable, progressive, incurable, and fatal, obsessive and compulsive behavior.
Okay. All right. Sounds like you got some recovery under your belt, my man.
Well, I got 28 years. My sponsor is DWIHN, and I share in recovery houses, you know what I mean? I live this recovery. This is a thing about the recovery walk. And it's thank God today it's not just the recovery talk, but it's the recovery walk. Because we're walking the way we should have been walking way before we picked up the drug. What God meant for us to be, what our parents meant for us to be, what our teachers meant for us to be, is what we were supposed to be. I went from hero to zero, back to zero, and then up to hero. because I'm whole again. Working for publications, Time Magazine, Biotechnology Magazine, production editor, advertising production coordinator, RIT, NYU, Columbia, Ford. It didn't mean a thing. And if I could talk to the parents today, if your kids come here with red eyes, if they come here with starry eyes, if their behavior changes, if they're sweating, if they're missing in action most of the time, and there's not an invasion of privacy to check their rooms. Check their rooms. And no, you're not trying to be their friend. You're trying to be their parents. Parents look over their kids. My parents tried, but I failed them. I wish they were alive today to say, Mommy and Daddy, I'm so sorry. But I wish you all could see me now. And I believe they are from heaven.
I believe so too, man. That's a powerful message, and we thank you so very kindly for that message, because there's a lot of people that's going to hear what you just said, and I'm sure they'll be just like me. They'll be moved by it.
This disease has no discrimination. I don't care if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Arab. They don't care if you have a master's degree or a GED. It will get you, it will consume you, and it will take your life.
Hey, Quentin. So listen, is this your first time at one of these recovery marches?
Yes.
All right, how do you like it?
I love it.
Why do you think we have these recovery marches? Why is it important that we put on events like this?
To meet other addicts like myself and to get good stories and experiences to encourage our recovery.
Wonderful, good message, good answer. And so, because we want to always carry the message that recovery is in fact possible, right?
Right.
Yeah, many of us do recover. So listen, what was your drug of choice?
Crack and marijuana.
Okay, and how long did you use?
About 2 years.
It's not very long. All right, and you got into a program, went ahead and got some help for that?
Yep.
Within 2 years?
Yep.
Wonderful, man. That's great. All right, so listen, what would you say to somebody that's using right now? What would you say to encourage that person? And tell them maybe a little bit about what you did. What was the process in your recovery? How did you recover? What are you doing for your recovery?
So I still haven't fully recovered. I'm about 15 days clean. But I would say that the biggest part of it is to be transparent about yourself, who you are, and your instincts and your motives. And to have no reservations about your recovery. And a reservation is simply, making excuses such as I can use in a year, I can use in a month, I can use tomorrow, I can use after I've been clean for so long and not relapse, I can be a functioning addict, which isn't true.
My name's Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker, not Johnny Walker Red.
No, sir, not black or blue.
All right. Then what's your drug of choice, Johnny?
I'm an alcoholic, sir.
Okay, and how long have you drank?
Excessively for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yep, yeah. And I realized due to a medical condition, neuropathy in my legs, that I had to stop it and get medical help, and
okay.
I was unable to do it on my own, and I called Sacred Heart, and they helped me get there.
Tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a peer recovery coach.
All right, and are you yourself a person in long-time recovery?
Yes, I got 3.5 years in sobriety.
That's awesome, man. And tell me, what has that been like for you, the recovery process?
I went through a 1-year program, faith-based. I laid everything down, gave it to my Lord and Savior. And recovery, it's not an easy process, but I know it's only as hard as we make it. And then meeting with individuals on a daily basis and trying to spread the word and hope that, sobriety can happen, recovery does happen. And that's why I'm here today.
Okay, and what was your drug of choice?
Alcohol and cocaine.
Okay, how long did you use?
15 years.
Okay, so tell me, what was it that drove you to want to get some help for yourself? What did you experience during your drug addiction, your active addiction?
I was homeless, eating out of dumpsters, lost all trust with my family, my kids, and I was tired of being tired. I ended up in a diabetic coma, woke up, looked out my hospital window, and Grace Centers of Hope was across the street, and that's where I ended up going for my recovery.
Okay, sir. Now, what I want to do now is I want to move in a different direction with the dialogue that we're having, and let's discuss a little bit about what you encounter as a recovery coach. Tell me, because we know that right now we're dealing with something else that's going on in our community. Let's talk a little bit about the fentanyl crisis. Tell me, what kind of experience have you had with people coming in who have been those who are dealing with fentanyl or taking fentanyl?
It's a hard one. People come in from just smoking weed to benzos to dropping dirty for fentanyl. Everything is being put in it. it's not an easy recovery process, and we just, again, trying to share the hope that, the recovery does happen.
So what's your drug of choice?
Alcohol.
And how long did you drink?
I had 5 years clean 2 years ago, but kind of slid back into it, That first drink got me, so.
What led you back? What led you back to wanting to take another drink after being in the recovery process? Let's talk about that for just a moment.
I felt like I got comfortable enough after 5 years that I thought I could do it, but no, couldn't do it.
So what you're describing is, after getting into the process of wanting to recover, and in fact recovering, all right, that it's possible that, you could get complacent with the recovery process and say to yourself, what? Oh, I can have a drink now.
Thought I could hang out with the guys again and couldn't do it.
Yeah, went back to the same people, same area, doing some of the same stuff. After being clean for a while, you felt a little cocky, and is that it?
Absolutely, that's what it was.
All right, so could we, maybe the message that we might want to send today is that if you're in this process of recovery, don't become complacent?
Absolutely, it takes maintenance. You gotta keep on it. Once you cross that line, you got to maintain your sobriety. So I learned a valuable lesson this time. So.
What's your drug of choice?
Alcohol and marijuana.
How long have you used?
Since I was 12 years.
Is that right?
Yes.
How old are you now?
26.
Okay, so what are you doing to work on your recovery?
Praying to God and staying out the way.
Speak to some of those young people that's out there like yourself and tell them what to do. Tell them what not to do.
I recommend y'all not keep smoking or drinking because it's going to ruin your life. And it's just going to put a toll on you that you're not going to get off you.
In moments of crisis, reaching out for help can be the first step towards healing. Introducing the DWIHN Integrated Health Network's mobile crisis units. We're rolling out multiple mobile crisis units into communities and neighborhoods to help children and adults in need. Our goal is rapid response, caring intervention with community-based care that's just a phone call away. Our team of compassionate experts are right in your neighborhood, ready to help regardless of insurance status. We're committed to meeting people where they are. Our mobile crisis units are a testament to that commitment, bringing mental health and addiction resources to your neighborhood. Call our 24/7 helpline at 800-241-4949, and a mobile crisis unit is dispatched to your location, ready to provide the support and resources you need. That's 800-241-4949. DWIHN. We are one, a community of care.
All right, this is Tina Nelson for Ask the Messengers, and today we are bringing you some recovery stories to let you know that recovery is possible. And I'm super excited to share that women do recover. I'm a woman in recovery, and I'm standing here with another strong woman in recovery. Noelle, give me your name and tell us your drug of choice.
Hi, my name is Noelle Landsparger. I have been sober since 10/1/2021. I've been in recovery a little bit longer than that. COVID was hard for me. My drug of choice is alcohol, and I am happy, joyous, and free, thankful to a God of my understanding.
Absolutely. Listen, so I got sober right in 2019, right before COVID. So let's talk about that. Mm-hmm. How did you maintain, because, there were no meetings, there was nobody to watch us and check us. So how did you maintain even during COVID?
So I was really, really blessed to, when I did have my relapse, that it was one day. I was already very involved in stuff in the program. I do attribute that a lot to not being able to be in person with people. So what I did is the next day, woke up, called the sponsor that I already had because I was working a program. It was like that disconnection that we were forced to have, which kind of led to me losing a lot of spirituality, falling into some of those things like depression and anxiety and not using my coping skills. So dove back into the coping skills, started doing at home. We had private meetings that we would make at home, and worked my 12-step program, took my mental health medications, and engaged in my spirituality. I have a relationship with my higher power.
Awesome. From one alcoholic to another, look into that camera and give someone a hope shot.
I just want you to know, if you feel like you aren't supposed to be here on this earth, or your time is done here, and the days that are continuing are not for your life. That is a season. It is not your story. And pushing through those things with the help of others is how we get through those. Being honest enough with ourselves to allow others to help us is really what helped me, letting others help me.
And now let's say this together. Women do recover. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Women do recover.
You're a peer recovery coach, so that means you got some experience, huh?
I do. I have been clean for going on 6 years. It's about 5.5 years. My clean date's December 17th. And yeah, I've been in and out of recovery for a long time, but this is definitely the longest time that I've had completely clean.
So as a peer recovery coach, tell me some of the things that you experience. How does that help you in your recovery?
So this is truly my passion. This is truly what I love doing. I love being able to watch people when they come into recovery and watching them go from the ground up. It's definitely helped me continue to see me. It's definitely a reminder of what I'm very grateful for that I have in my life today, but it's also a reminder of where it could be if I wasn't in recovery.
Awesome. So listen, from one addict to another, I want you to look into that camera and I want you to give someone a hope shot.
So my hope shot is that I am an addict that went through 18 different treatment centers. I did a year in county jail, and I was using at 15 years old. I was an everyday heroin addict. And my life has completely changed today. I help people, and I'm able to be a guide to other people who have struggled like I've struggled. And if I can get clean, anybody can get clean.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to help support our show, please feel free to make a donation of any kind by visiting our show website, www.askthemessengers.org. If you prefer to mail donations, please make check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan, 48235. Thank you for watching.